Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to the Hildibrand adventures. Previously, we traveled to frigid Garlemald to track down Master PuPu's lost friend. In the process, we even used his technology to make a misshapen clone of Hildibrand, the esteemed Inspector Brandehild, who's very blocky, but he's alright all around, I suppose. And well, we actually got to play as Godbert for a bit and do battle with the horrible Dr. Luge. Hopefully he's learned his lesson, but it seems that Luge had a benefactor he went and reported to, so things are looking grim. And how it relates to Master PuPu's missing friend remains to be seen. To that end, hopefully Delian here has answers for us, so let's check in. By Agents Unknown. Delian is trembling with barely contained enthusiasm. Zephyria, eager to resume our investigations? I know I am. You recall that scrap of alien starship we recovered? Well, Inspector Brandehild has employed his unsettling calculative capacity to extrapolate the damage to the greater whole, and he has concluded that the vessel would be incapable of flight without extensive repairs. Our most likely scenario, then, is that some unknown agent made off with the starship wreckage, on with PuPu's acquaintance. Fortunately, I have a fair idea who that unknown agent might be. After all, there is a singularly shadowy cabal with a history of concealing extraterrestrial activity. Actually, let's head over to Kama first. The Inspector and the others are staying in a dwelling there, and I'd rather not explain myself twice. He's about to say that the Charlians did it. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Some things never change, it seems. Hello, Pariga. Nashu and her friends will be staying here for a while longer, it seems. I do hope it's not my house that has brought them all this bad luck. Oh, you're so nice. This may not be the best time to share my conclusions. Huh? PuPu? PuPu, no! What happened, PuPu? A most terrible development. Oh, Zephyria, I'm so worried for Master PuPu. What's going on, Hildy? "'Tis horrible misfortune, Zephyria. Calamitous even. Poor Master PuPu has fallen gravely ill." He's so bluish-green. More so, I mean. Could he have caught a cold? I suppose it was quite chilly up there in Garlemald. PuPu is an alien. Who knows what extraterrestrial diseases might be ravaging his body? Oh God, no. Nashu's delights are the best medicine for whatever ails you, as the Inspector himself can attest. Good gods, Nashu! You'll blow our host's domicile to pieces! Put them away! If I may, when I was cloned from the Inspector, certain gaps in my knowledge were patched with supplementary data from the starship's archives. This information included an encyclopedic understanding of Master PuPu's physiology, which should be sufficient for me to diagnose his condition. A Xenoman hybrid mind. That explains the impossible calculations. I have it. Master PuPu is afflicted by a terrible case of the common cold. Gods grant me strength. As a visitor to Etheris, Master PuPu has no prior exposure to our maladies. He is thus particularly susceptible to infection, and more likely to experience severe symptoms. Aha! 'Tis just as I surmised. We must put aside this case until we have nursed our stricken companion back to health. But even if it is a common cold, isn't there a risk that our medicines do him more harm than good? They almost certainly would. Based on the results of my analysis, however, I believe I can synthesize an effective remedy. We need but gather the ingredients. Then ingredients we shall have. So, what are we gathering exactly? Most of what we require can be drawn from Master PuPu's collected samples. Otherwise, there are only two which we lack. The first of these is the liver of a giant tortoise. A suitable organ can be extracted from one of the cachapa which wander salt winds welcome. Ah, the slaughtering of a monstrous opponent. That sounds like a job for Zephyria. Leave it to me. I'm good at killing things. The other material in question is a rare fungus known as damp shroom, which I am hoping can be found among the Great Work's extensive stock of alchemical reagents. Very well. Nashu, Delian, and I will scour the alchemist's shelves. Meanwhile, I would ask that you remain here and keep an eye on our ailing patient. Inspector Brandehild, you're such an expert on all things Thafnir. Oh, I wouldn't say expert. Simple conclusions from simple observations, nothing more. As I said, I am hoping the alchemists have the damp shroom we need, but it really is quite rare. Once you have the tortoise liver, would you be so kind as to assist the others in procuring the fungus? Then let us not prolong Master PuPu's suffering a moment longer. It seems we have a job to do. Further discussion of the abduction will have to wait. Huh. Well, this seems pretty straightforward and easy. Naturally, it's all gonna go to PuPu. Obtaining a cachapa's liver should prove no great obstacle to one of your capabilities, Zephyria. 'Tis the damp shroom which concerns me. Any thoughts, Periga? Nope. Let's head out and kill ourselves a tortoise. Wait, really? Just one of the random enemies wandering about? Really? Oh, I'm gonna destroy it. Oh no, the poor thing. Well, that was easy. Up to the Great Work, up the coast. Here we are. It's a cozy little hamlet, built into the cliffs. God, I love this aesthetic. The purple and tan mountains here are just so gorgeous. Anywho, I think I saw our friends on the shore. There they are. Who knew a lamp shroom would be so difficult to find? Damp shroom. Damp shroom, Nashu. Your mission was successful, I assume? Ours is ongoing. Oh, Zephyria! I had every confidence you would bring us a suitable liver. Alas, the dank shroom yet eludes us. The alchemist said the fungus has few applications, so they don't bother to stock it most of the time. Then I must put my keen inspector's sense to work. Stand back whilst I attune myself with the essence of the dank. If I was better at editing videos, I would edit in like an air horn right there. Alas. Damp. The word is damp shroom, and you'll forgive me if I have no faith in your abilities. 'Tis close, my friends, and getting closer and closer even as we speak. Whomsted? A trustworthy trader. That face is kind of rubbing me the wrong way. I hear you folk are in the market for damp shrooms. Might have some to sell if you're interested. But how? We certainly are, my fine fellow. Right then, if you'll give me a moment to retrieve the goods, we can finalize our transaction up on the perfumed rise. Oh no, a second location. Was it genuine clairvoyance or sheer coincidence? I'm not sure anymore. Though in all fairness, when it comes to Inspector Hildibrand, preternatural perception is one of his least baffling talents. In any case, we should hurry to the rise and take this man up on his timely offer. Boy, that stalker is getting pretty brazen. Is he doing the branches thing again? He is! Look at you. Oh, you're adorable. By adorable, I mean freaking creepy. Get a life! I wonder, does this not strike you as a touch convenient, if not contrived? The inspector saves the day again. Our quest for medicinal components nears its end. Stay strong, Master PuPu. I guess we'll wait around. Ah, you're here. Good, good. And here is the damp shroom as promised. Really? Oh-ho! Glad we are for your assistance. Ta-ta, not so fast. There is still the matter of payment. Of course, and how much do we owe you, my good man? Considering the extreme rarity of the fungus in question, I couldn't let it go for less than 1 million gil. 1 million gil for one measly mushroom? That's outright robbery. A bargain, I counter. You would pay tenfold my price in the markets. I thought to do you a kindness in light of your urgent need, but I am more than willing to find another buyer, if you wish to spit upon my generosity. Nashu, how fare we for coin? We're plumb out, Inspector. Ah, then this is a prickly pickle. Where are we to obtain sufficient funds at such short notice? Don't look at me. I, have an orchestrion roll collecting problem. Gotta buy 'em all. Spent the last of my savings on Return to Oblivion. If that's the way of it, then I shall beg Father for the necessary amount. Saving Master PuPu's life is worth every gil. Give that man nothing. Who? Oh. It's the cops. We have you now, deceitful scum. Your swindling days are over. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Pay the court a fine or serve your sentence. Radzat Han City Guard at your service. We'd received reports of this man's questionable activities and have been keeping a close eye on him ever since. Damp shroom is a rare find in the bazaar, to be sure, but only because there is no real demand for it. The price this charlatan quoted you was, quite frankly, ludicrous. But thanks to your ignorance and poor judge of character, we were able to catch him in the act. As a token of our gratitude, you are welcome to keep the fungus, assuming you still want it. Yes, very much so. That is very, magnanimous of you. Wow, that worked out. You think I enjoy tricking fools out of their coin? If that bastard hadn't declared my job redundant, I wouldn't have needed to stoop so low. He blames a rising star among the merchant princes for his woes. Von Hooty, I believe his name was, purchased a trading consortium where the man was working, which led to a restructuring of the hierarchy, put a lot of people out of work. Von Hooty. Von Hooty. I know that name. Something about an acquisitions deal gone sour. Father was willing to sell him a slice of his Hunnish enterprise, I think, but balked when the man offered to buy our family business in its entirety. Truly, there is no telling how deep the coffers of this Van Hooty are, nor do any know the secret of how he amassed such keenly wealth so damnably fast. There are whispers, though, that he solved alchemy's oldest and most legendary of problems, the transmutation of base metal into gold. Unlikely to say the least, but whatever the source of Von Hooty's riches, he shows no reluctance on spending them. He's brought a historic temple to serve as his home, and commissioned a private airship among other extravagant expenditures. Nice for some, eh? A name to remember. Car! That swindling case had barely started before you solved it, Inspector. Ha ha ha! All in a day's work, my dear Nashu. I believe our business upon this scented hill is concluded. Let us hurry the ingredients back to Inspector Brandahill, shall we? Sounds good to me. Hold on. Whoa. I may have mollified his lordship with the secrets of divine manifestation, but the stench of failure yet clings to me. I must redeem myself in his eyes by crushing my most hated foe. Boy, I'd hate to be that guy just stuck lugging around a giant metal head for hours. The killer on the arms. Anywho, yes, let's return. What a convenient perch. If only I could move that crate. Nothing new. After all that, we paid not a single gill for the damp shroom. The manifestation of such windfalls must be another facet of the inspector's uncannily good fortune. Your suffering nears its end, Master PuPu. If Inspector Brandahill's remedy fails, we can always try my explosive cure-all. Inspector Hildibrand tells me you have the liver to go along with his damp shroom. The glistening liver of the Salt Wind's welcome Cachapa. A fine specimen, thank you. I will be mixing the ingredients in the starship, so let us convey Master PuPu outside that we may administer his medicine as soon as it is ready. Aw, poor little fella. This should be sufficiently remote. I'll have the craft come to us and we can commence the treatment. Hey, he looks to be in fine fettle. Oh, I feel so much better. I cannot thank you all enough. He's just right there. Master PuPu recovered his strength in mere moments. 'Twould seem his powers of recuperation are just as advanced as his technology. I came here from another world, a stranger you've no cause to trust, and yet you've treated me so kindly. The people of this star are so very welcoming. Oh, you are my dear friend now, Master PuPu. 'Tis our pleasure to help. Uh-oh.
And it will be my pleasure to harm. I'll not fall for the same trick twice.
Brandahill, no! Save us, Hildibrand, you're our only hope. Holy shit!
Impudent worms, taste my full power.
Oh yeah, that was all me.
Not again!
You took the full force of that destructive beam, yet there you stand. Somewhat singed, but apparently unharmed. I've pondered and puzzled over this inexplicable fortitude of yours and feel compelled to ask. Are you an alien? Oh, a fine jest! But I assure you I am without a doubt an Uldan-born Manderville of terrestrial Hyurin stock.
He's Hildibrand, agent of inquiry and inspector extraordinaire. What more do you need to know?
Where to even begin? But never mind, we have more pressing matters. Such as locating Master PuPu's missing comrade. 'Tis time we reopen the case of the silent correspondent. Yes, exactly. And I have a firm theory as to who it was that took the wreckage and its erstwhile pilot. The Charlayans! God damn it. I'm all but certain they've allied with insidious extraterrestrials, which means they'll be under orders to remove any evidence of alien activity. I wager we'll find what we're looking for in old Charlayan. We need only infiltrate their operations and expose this nefarious conspiracy. The Charlayans can't be bothered to formally ally with foreign nations, much less aliens, and the Loporits don't count. While Master Delian's theory does lack supporting facts, we have no other promising leads to pursue at present. Moreover, I understand that Charlayan sets the standard for monitoring astronomical and astrological phenomena. Mayhap their experts have been tracking extraterrestrial movements. I've spoken out of turn. Please forgive my presumptuousness. Nay, my friend. I, too, sense our path points to the Isle of Archons. Pack your bags, everyone. We'll leave for Charlayan immediately. We do? Wow. I forgot about this part. Huh. Well, that's neat. I do love old Charlayan. It's such a cozy town. My calculations may have failed me, but my companions did not. 'Twas your quick thinking that saw the villain laid low, with a tremendous flourish, no less. Brandahill told me you all went in search of ingredients for my medicine. I am so very grateful. The time has come, Zephyria. Charlayan is the beating heart of this conspiracy, and I won't let them hide their machinations any longer.
Nice teamwork, Zephyria.
Yeah, you and me, Nashu. We're going places. Like Charlayan. Not from around here. Hildibrand is keen to embark on the next leg of your investigation. Charlayan awaits. We need only charter a suitable sea vessel. Of course, but does not the city lie many days' sail to the north? Is there no swifter means of reaching our destination? So this experimental aetherite will allow us to teleport thither, even absent attunement. Splendid! Then we shall avail ourselves of the technological marvel forthwith. Oh. Right. Yeah, the experimental aetherite. I recall that in the main story, that's how our characters arrived here in Thavnair for the first time, but when we did, we all vomited. I suspect when next we see Hildibrand, it's not gonna be pretty. Well, let's head to Old Charlayan. Teleport there. We've arrived. Ah, the city of scholars. What a cozy place. Love the night theme track, too. So where am I going? Over here? There. Oh, when you've traveled the cosmos as much as I have, teleportation is not the least bit disconcerting. How severe is your ether sickness, Master PuPu? Ugh. Oh gods, save me.
I hope Delian wasn't too attached to his dinner.
So this is the city of learning. A sophisticated gentleman should feel right at home here. How are you all not sick to your stomachs?
Experimental aetherites make travel exponentially more fun.
Sometimes I feel as though I am the only normal person in this group of eccentrics. But this is not the time to succumb to nausea, not here, in the belly of the beast. Rumor has it the Charlayan's secret agents travel the star in search of specimens, which they collect and bring home in service to a confidential research project. Said project is conducted in a huge underground military facility. If we're to find answers, then that's where we need to look. Labyrinthos, not a military facility. I'm familiar with it. I say, this Labyrinthos sounds promising. I say we head down there and make inquiries as to the whereabouts of our missing alien friend. We simply take a lift from the Hall of Artifice, yes? Then let us be on our way. Before we depart, I should probably explain a bit of the lore of Charlayan. So, remember how the Loporrits up on the moon were preparing to ferry all the mortal peoples of the planet off of it, in case the final days should ever rear its head again? Well, the Loporrits were in fact collaborating with the sagely scholars of Labyrinthos here. Well, I mean, Old Charlayan. And to that end, the Charlayans, they began the Labyrinthos project, a massive underground bunker where they would harvest all sorts of resources and congregate resources in one place from all over the world to try and bring as much of this planet with them as they could. And so it's to Labyrinthos now that we go. Let's head there. There's the big ol' elevators leading to Labyrinthos, and here are our friends. What beautiful architecture. Charlayan is clearly one of your more advanced civilizations. The city's archives are said to be bursting with knowledge of countless peoples accumulated over the century. I should very much like to peruse the shelves once we have attended to our main mission.
If you're still feeling poorly, my all-purpose cure can perk you right up.
Uh-oh. No thank you. I am much recovered. Good save. Oh, these must be the lifts in question.
Do you wish to descend into Labyrinthos, madame?
I do.
My apologies, but each of your companions must also secure the proper permissions before we can allow them entrance.
If it is assurances you need, then surely a single glance is all you require to judge us trustworthy. I could certainly make some judgments, but that is neither here nor there. Admission to Labyrinthos is subject to forum policy. You're the ones who should be judged. I know you're hiding aliens and xenotechnology in that underground base of yours. Admit it. Xenotechnology? I sincerely have no idea what you're talking about. Oh ho, yet again do our paths cross in most serendipitous fashion? Who? Godbert! Father! What business brings you to Charlayan? I am in search of a certain object, one crucial to the continued refinement of the Manderville weaponry. My investigations led me to believe it is to be found here in Labyrinthos. And as you also seem to have business down below, this is my son and his bosom companions. If I vouch for their character, will you kindly allow them to board the lift? Ah, Master Godbert Manderville. The Forum sent word of your impending arrival. As a member of the Syndicate, your ambassadorial status affords you an entourage of up to 5 members. Pray consider their permissions arranged. I know not your current mission, but for the time being, I suggest you accompany me to the Archaeon. Haha, Bard! Thank God. Finally, some privacy. Labyrinthos. Got a nice artificial sky. If you get close enough, you can see those are actually LCD screens, or whatever equivalent would be. So where the hell am I going? The Archaeon? Let's head out. Oh, that was a fast trip. We're underground, but above ground at the same time. An underground archive with such an extravagant recreation of an outdoor habitat. What innocent purpose could it possibly serve? Oh, but of course, they're performing simulations to hone their strategy for aiding the aliens in the invasion of the world above. No. What an incredible vault of accumulated curiosities. I should very much like to return here once our mission is complete. Ah, they have transformed the subterranean environment into one more suited to surface beings. I am reminded of the orbital stations built by my own home star. Orbital stations? Wow. Charlayan structures truly are works of art. Simply inspiring. From what Father tells me, this storage facility is replete with samples and specimens collected from every land on Etheris. If anyone has information concerning visiting aliens and crashed starships, it will be these studious folk. Yes, let's hope, shall we? A shiny silver saucer. I'm sorry, but we have no record of any such object in our archives, either whole or in part. Or so you would have us believe. The purpose of this complex, this military fortress, is plain. You cannot deny that you're conducting secret research on alien starships. We are not conducting secret research on alien starships. Yes, we did build a starfaring vessel in Thamazane, but it was neither for military purposes nor of extraterrestrial origin. Disguising your foul lies with a sprinkling of the truth, are we? Fine, I'll dig up the facts myself, and then everyone will hear what you're really up to. While I cannot assist you with your missing craft, I do recall seeing an individual of like appearance to your companion here. You do? And where was this, pray tell? At Marial Ergonomics in the medial circuit. The lift at the back of the building will take you down there. Many thanks, my good man. Well, well, seems you have found yourself a solid lead. I have my own search to attend to, so I shall bid you good hunting and good day. Yeah, a sighting of someone just like PuPu? That's actually really good. Another round of in-depth inquiries by the Agent of Inquiry and friends is in order. To Marial Ergonomics we go. Oh my god, I know this place. We are at a holy site. I need. Yeah, the polygonal grapes. If you can believe it, these are actually versions that look better than they did on release. It was such a huge meme in the Final Fantasy XIV community, these low poly grapes. Just... everyone was obsessed with it. I think it's because, in like the cutscene that introduces you to the zone, there was a shot in the cutscene that zoomed in real close on these horrible looking grapes. I was there, man. I saw them. I saw the grapes real good. I did. It was great. Anywho. Your description would lead me to believe you're looking for one of the mandragoras hereabouts. But if, as you say, it's something else you're after, then I'm not sure if I can be of much help. I've only just started working here, so you may have more luck asking the older hands. I like how frank she was. Oh my god. The blocky Brandahild is inspecting the... oh my god. What fine and juicy looking grapes. They knew! Ah! Oh, I love you, Square Enix. Mark my words, I'll find the evidence I require. They can't hide all traces of their alien alliance. Ah, you must be talking about one of those new Mandragora strains. We whipped up a batch of bright blue stray onions, but I'm afraid they started to rot almost immediately. Huh? Not a mandra, you say? Well, the only bluish things I can think of around here are the grapes. Look how luscious this crop turned out. They knew. Wait, what did he say? So, not looking for a new species of mandragora, and you've no interest in grapes. It seems I've nothing for you. That's fair to say. What's going on here? How could anyone ever mistake me for a mandragora? We look nothing alike. Master PuPu has found a new friend. Maybe they can help us find the old one. Actually, now that you mention it... If I may, have you perchance come across an individual resembling this delightful blue ragamuffin here? He would say ragamuffin. Yes, the little blue man. I saw him with my own two eyes, I did, and it was no mandragora. A gleaner in the company of an outside visitor passed through a little while back. Nothing too unusual there, only this, friend you described was scuttling along with them. I know not what purpose brought them to the farm, but whatever it was, they didn't tarry here long. Well... seems PuPu's friend has an entourage. Interesting. Wonderful! That corroborates the information I but moments ago skillfully squirreled out of this farmer. She claims to be an acquaintance of the gleaner in question. In fact, I mistook that for period. She claims to be an acquaintance of the gleaner in question, in fact, and will bring him to talk to us shortly. Let's round up the others. We should all be present to hear what revelations this professional collector has to share. You're the folk asking about the little blue man, yes? Oh, and you've brought someone who's practically identical. You must be the same species, surely.
My friend was really here then?
They certainly were. If you've a moment or three, I'll tell you the whole tale. To begin at the beginning, I was in Thavner on a procurement mission when I crossed paths with an apothecary and his unusual companion. As I mentioned, the companion was almost your twin in appearance, and the wagon they rode upon bore a damaged vessel the likes of which I'd never seen before.
Could it be?
As a collector by trade, I have a certain weakness for oddities. Thus did I hail the apothecary to inquire after his company and his cargo. The man was only too happy to share his story. He had, it seemed, quite recklessly plunged into the war-torn lands of Garlemald to sell his wares, reasoning that where there was conflict, there would be a need for medicinal goods. The state of affairs was rather more volatile than he'd anticipated, however, and he was soon forced to abandon his venture. And so the apothecary began his long trek home, only to shortly thereafter discover a strange silvery ship, and its shaken pilot crash-landed in a snowfield.
It cannot be a coincidence.
The story continues. After extricating the battered vessel and its occupant from the snow, he brought them home to Radzat. His guest wished to make repairs to the craft, yet even amongst the wonders of the bazaar, they struggled to find suitable parts. Hearing this, I suggested they bring the wreckage itself to Labyrinthos, and after they agreed to the idea, I escorted them here myself. Alas, even the Thamazine engineers who worked on the Ark were stymied by the exotic ship, finding its technology impossible to comprehend, let alone replicate. The little blue fellow eventually resorted to drafting schematics, while the engineers followed these steps, step by step to craft the essential bits and bobs. The apothecary and his companion were waiting here at Mariol.
And then what happened?
Well, once our industrious visitor had what they needed, they repaired the vessel in a twinkling. The pair then departed almost immediately, and I've seen neither hide nor hair of them since. I'm told the apothecary paid a handsome sum for the engineer's services, but being typical Charlayans, I wager they would have happily forfeited the coin for a chance to pore over every square elm of that ship. Now, I'm no scientist, but I'm beginning to think such an incredible vessel must have been some kind of starfaring craft. And that little blue man, well, he must have been an alien from another world. Or so I'd like to believe. I'm an avid reader of the Thavnarian truth, you see, and love to entertain these idle flights of fancy. But I've rambled on too long. There are errands to attend to, and I really must take my leave. Good fortune to you. What a polite young man.
Can it be true? I have a readership in Charlayan.
Perhaps I've misjudged these people. Oh, you are so easily swayed. 'Twould seem your comrade is hale and healthy, Master PuPu, and in the company of a Hanish alchemist of undisclosed description.
Yes, this is wonderful news. I am grateful indeed that we made the journey.
I have a feeling this case will soon draw to a close. Come, let us return to Radzat and continue the search. What a long, strange trip it's been, but it seems you've come full circle. Let's return. Wonder if Godbert had any luck in his journeys. There they are. Oh, I see his head poking around the corner. You!
It's a relief to see that Miss Nashua is hale and whole and still fetching. I wasn't able to sneak into Labyrintho, so I couldn't watch over her like usual. But I'm here for her now. Now and forever.
Oh, go away.
There and back again, in the blink of an eye.
To summarize our findings, we now know Master PuPu's friend is safe and in the company of a Hanish gentleman, and possibly here on this very isle. Oh, that does sound promising. Speak of the devil. Father, you've returned to the city. I trust this means your own investigation was successful. That it was, although laying hands on the object of my desire has been a long and frustrating ordeal, to say the least. Much painstaking research revealed to me the existence of a hereditary Manderville relic, within which slumbers the secrets of weapon augmentation. Yet though I turned our ancestral home upside down, I failed to unearth the artifact in question. The reason for its absence becomes clear when I chanced upon the journal of one of our forefathers. He wrote of a visiting scholar's keen interest in the relic, and how he thus surrendered it into Charlayan's safekeeping for study. The trail led me to Labyrinthos. As it turns out, the Charlayans never did find time to conduct their analysis. The custodian and I found the curio tucked away in a dusty corner of the Archaeon, still awaiting processing. And here it is, an oddity every bit as perplexing as Godbrand's cipher-bound manual. How are we to liberate its hidden wisdom?
Oh, I can help you with that. These devices were made by the Mandervillians, a starfaring race with whom we once traded.
Say what? Starfaring? Mandervillians?
Yes, a highly evolved species with a mastery of advanced technologies. Our peoples shared ideas and inventions, so I'm quite familiar with your family's relic. If you so wish, I can have the device project whatever images were stored upon it. A darkened room would afford us the clearest view, however.
Then let us retire to our rooms in Kama and dim the lanterns. We must behold these secrets in optimal conditions. Wow, I remember this, but I thought it was part of the weapon crafting quest line. Mandervillians. A coincidental naming, or is there some deeper connection?
Oh, so brazen. Anyway, everyone comfortable? Let's see what the device has for us.
I am Godbrand, wanderer of stars and weaponsmith extraordinaire. First Lord of House Manderville.
This is the Godbrand, our founding father.
I record this message that my descendants may know the truth of their cosmic origins. The tale is long, but I bid you watch until the very end. Heirs of mine, I am not a man born of this star, or even a man at all. I am of the Mandervillians, a race which hails from the far side of the great expanse. Mandervillians are parasitic symbionts. We can only survive by bonding with other life forms. Once our essence has taken root, we supplant the host's mind and strengthen its physical structures, imbuing our new form with a steel-like resilience.
I knew there was something alien about the impossible imperviousness.
Then, through the conjoining of compatible host bodies, we produce offspring which harbor the next generation of Mandervillians. This symbiotic variant eventually takes to the stars in search of potential new vessels, adapting and multiplying. So it was that our race proliferated and spread throughout the cosmos. Until, tragically, our flourishing civilization was brought to an abrupt end. Every planet upon which we Mandervillians resided was visited by an inexplicable calamity. Our societies were brought to ruin by life forms suddenly twisted into horrific nightmares. The final days. That sounds rather familiar. So even stars far removed in time and space were ravaged by the final days. Desperate to avoid the same fate, a comrade and I boarded a ship and fled upwards into the starry night. We flew and flew until we found a planet, your planet, untouched by the phenomenon. But the rigors of the journey had so damaged our craft that we were forced to make an uncontrolled descent. I alone crawled from the wreckage, badly injured and near death. But even as I resigned myself to perishing on this unfamiliar world, I was found by a man who had come looking for the falling star. As a rule, Mandervillians do not take intelligent life forms for hosts. After hearing my story, however, this sympathetic gentleman offered to become my vessel of his own accord. He was himself afflicted by an incurable malady, and with little time left to live, seemed content to know that his ailing body would provide safe haven for another. With his blessings, I set about transferring my essence. The man's form was revitalized and purged of its fatal frailty, yet the mind which dwelled within was now my own. I went on to build a new home for myself here, making use of my people's technology to ply the blacksmith's trade. I wed a local lass, and together we had a child. Although not pure Mandervillian, our offspring exhibits the same enhanced physiology, a boon I suspected shall be passed down for generations through the bloodline of House Manderville. My dear descendants, the folk of this star are most fragile, yet as the first man I encountered did demonstrate, they are nevertheless capable of surpassing love and generosity. As the last of the Mandervillians, I have but one request to make of you. Pray employ your superlative attributes and my armory of Manderville armaments for the benefit of those wonderful peoples whom I hold in the highest regard. What an astounding development. I, Hildibrand Heldor Maximilian Manderville, shall heed the passionate plea of my illustrious forebear. No case is too big nor too small should it be in service to my fellow man. He learns he's descended from an extraterrestrial being and it's still business as usual?
But wait a minute. Then why is Lady Julian so monstrously strong? Is she a descendant of aliens too?
Well, this is most unexpected. Never did it cross my mind that our esteemed ancestor might hail from beyond the heavens. But I do wonder if that self-same blood still runs thick in our veins. The family tree I glanced over some years ago suggests that, but 'tis unimportant. My present purpose remains unchanged. I will bring our Manderville weaponry to the peak of perfection, for Godbrand, and for the good of our star. Before I forget, I have a gift for you, Zephyria. Pray await me at the Aetherite Plaza, and I shall bring it to you forthwith.
So we have a lot to talk about, but maybe I'll wait until we wrap things up. Hello, Delian. Some truths can shatter the foundations of our beliefs when brought to light, but I have to say this wasn't one of them. The more staggering discovery was that I have devoted readers in Charlayan. Those who peruse my publication are allies against the ever-expanding webs of lies and deception, without exception. I have misjudged the Charlayan people. They are not collaborators or the architects of conspiracy. They are but seekers of knowledge, unafraid to plumb the depths of the unknown. That Master PuPu, though, that one still has ulterior motives. I'd bet my life on it. Stand ready, for we shall have need of your strength when he shows his true colors.
I hope you've not been waiting long. This is the gift I mentioned. Master PuPu's earnest quest inspired me to indulge in a spot of clockwork craftsmanship between weaponsmithing sessions. I thought it only fitting that you be the one to care for the diminutives of Simulacrum. Consider it a memento of your adventures together.
Mini PuPu! Yeah!
And as for our Manderville weaponry project, I believe my ancestor's artifact has unlocked the door to the next stage of improvements. Should you find time to offer your assistance, announce yourself to Master Geralt, and I shall endeavor to join you with utmost celerity. Until then, my dear Zephyria,
quest complete. I've already finished making every weapon for you, so bye. Meanwhile, elsewhere in Thavnair. Lord Van Hoody, I come with ill tidings. Professor Lugay set an ambush for his nemesis, but was once more defeated. His current whereabouts are unclear.
that blithering dolt. No matter. Preparations are well underway. The manifestation will proceed as planned.
Well, it seems that rich merchant who paid out of pocket for the Charlayan Scholar's help in mending the spaceship was Van Hoody all along. PuPu's friend is using this technology for evil. Now! Extraterrestrial calamity. Cosmically altered physiology. A gentleman's man, the first of their clan. An ancestor of quality, our Godbrand Manderville. Truth can be stranger than the tallest tale. See you, Inspector. God, yeah, playing all these quests back to back to back. The Endwalker chapter here really just stands head and shoulders above all the others. The complexity and depth of its plot, the way it interweaves with the main story of the game. Oh, there's so much good shit here. But maybe there's just some shit here. See, when I remember when I first played this, I was very sour on this Mandervillian alien revelation. You remember midichlorians? Yeah, the Force in Star Wars. The Force. That mystical, unknowable force that surrounds all. Remember how the prequels made a scientific explanation for it? Midichlorians in the blood or whatever? And use science to explain it away? This is what that felt like. All of the slapstick tomfoolery, the cartoon shenanigans, now the product of alien intervention? Back then, when I first played this, I did not like it at all. I was upset. Now, though, I don't really care. And that's all I have to say about that. So, the way I see it, I think we have 2 videos left until I catch up with everything. Join me next video for the finale of the Endwalker portion, and then there's gonna be just one more video afterwards, doing the brand new content added to Dawn Trail for the very first time. It's gonna be great. And yes, again, this Let's Play will continue for however long this game lasts. But yes, it's gonna have to be months, literal months in between videos for this series after I catch up, so if you've been enjoying this Let's Play, I hope you've been enjoying the daily uploads. They're about to soon end. Anywho, I'm Zephyr Jeste. There's been more of the Hildibrand adventures. Thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you next time. So until then, please take care.